And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Overdrive League Plat Division. We're getting started right away out of the gates with a match between OTN Gaming, the new team on the block, versus Beemo's Commandos. I'm your caster today, Desirooks, followed by my co-caster, Sordo. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited for this game. You know, we got the new kids on the block, like you said. I'm really excited to see how they play. Now, I've played against Beemos before. I've used to play in this league. I've played against Beemos, and something that I notice playing against them, their jungler is really hard to predict where the hell he's going to go. And what do you think? How do you think Beemos, wins this, or manipulates the draft to put them ahead?
It's hard to tell when you're going against a brand new team because you don't really know what they play beyond just looking them up on op.gg, which in a team environment doesn't really give you the information that will actually help you out sometimes.
It just gives you the bans, to be honest.
Yeah. And when it comes down to it, I would see Beemo's Commandos as kind of the gatekeepers of this matchup because they're a bottom team. They're 1-8 right now. They've had a very hard time picking up wins. If they could beat Beemo's Commandos, all you could really say is, maybe they're worth something. It doesn't tell you too much.
Yeah, but the Volibear ban coming out, I feel like that's completely, an op.gg lookup, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to play against this guy's Volibear. It's probably really good. What do you think? There's also Nocturne and Plat are banned as well.
I'll get to you in a second. I just had a client bug splat go on. So,
oh, jeez.
So you gotta keep me up to date with these at the moment.
Yeah, so right now we have Volibear, Nocturne, J4 ban for the side of OTN, and Beemos has banned Kled, Trundle, and Lulu. So, in my opinion, Kled right now is probably one of the strongest top laners you can pick, especially, in a lower tier. So, you got Plat, Diamond, that elo. I feel like Kled is just one of those stronger picks that you can just do and completely just run over top them. What do you think?
I don't know, Kled is kind of good, but right now you kind of have the upgraded version of Kled in the form of Quinn, who's been dominating both solo queue and pretty much all divisions altogether. She can do things where just having that bird form is the same thing as charge without buffing up your teammates, and you can use it at will to get from lane to lane. So it is a strong champ, but it's a very specific champ.
Very true. The Trundle and Lulu banned as well, and now we get into the picks. Jhin picked up first pick for the side of OTN, followed by Lucian and Pantheon Jungle for the side of Beemos. What are you thinking about Pantheon Jungle? Because I've been spamming it and I love it.
So the latest patch, all it did was give Pantheon a little bit of attack speed, but that little bit was enough to make it so his clears are actually decent and pretty healthy. So it works in the same way that Nocturne works, but as more of a CC machine. So the moment you do the man drop, come from the sky, drop right on your enemies, and then just start stunning them up, throwing out that damage, there's a lot of burst potential there, and there's a lot of unpredictability as to when the man drop's going to happen and where it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I like the Pantheon pick in response to the Jhin, because Jhin opens up with his curtain call, and Pantheon can just Grand Skyfall in, and it's just like, well, you either cancel your ult or you're gonna die. So, you gotta pick and choose your battles. But Braum and Morgana also locked in, and the Sejuani. I like Sejuani, but I think Pantheon is gonna abuse this Sej really, really hard. What are your thoughts?
I actually can't underestimate Sejuani though.
That is true.
Ever since she got those changes where she has actual AP ratios, her damage is very, very deceitful. She is actually pretty good at 1v1ing certain champions, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a Sejuani beat down a Pantheon in the early game just because that passive that you have from Pantheon doesn't really do much against the Sejuani. You get stunned up, you're gonna get hit with spell after spell, you're not blocking spells, you're blocking autos, and Sejuani doesn't care about autos.
Well, I think you still block, one of the passive things on her autos. So it does kind of work, but I do agree with you. Sejuani can survive the early game versus Pantheon. We get into the rest of the ban. Zoe, God bless that champion's ban. Aatrox, Quinn also banned, and Azir. God, I cannot tell you how happy I am to see Zoe banned.
That cracks me up because there was a little thread on Reddit where they were saying like, what champion would you want deleted from the game?
Zoe.
And it was almost like 500 posts of Zoe.
Zoe, like 100%. Her auto attacks are just so ridiculous at this point. And oh god, it hurts me. It really does hurt. And then, you know, Quinn ban, you know, highest win rate top laner, highest win rate bot laner right now in the game. So, you know, understandable that it's banned. I'm surprised that she wasn't picked up in the first rotation, though. What do you think about that?
I think it just comes to counter picks. You can't show what you have too early when it comes down to it. Because even Quinn can be counterpicked as little of those counterpicks as there are on the map. So it's better play it safe than sorry.
That is true. Now, here's the wild card that I really didn't expect, and it kind of came out of nowhere. Aurelion Sol. What?
Yeah, you only play that if you're actually comfortable on it. If you're Huhi, basically.
Huhi is, like, yeah, I was about to say, Huhi, is that you? Smurfing? Question mark? New team bringing in Huhi?
I believe it. I believe it. It's actually his account. He wants to play it. No one lets him, so he's over here in Overdrive League.
It wouldn't surprise me. Aurelion Sol, if you play it correctly, it can just dominate the game. You know, if you're able to roam, get a kill bot, come back mid, push it out, go top lane, get a kill, come back mid, push the wave. It's kind of like, you know, the Korean boosting strat, right? Where it's like you push out the wave and then you roam. But instead of doing jungle, you're going to other lanes and getting killed. Like,
yeah, the only thing about going with Aurelion Sol is, as I said, you got to be real confident. He's got superior roam, but there's other champions that could do that better, and they have the burst damage that comes along with it. If you're going to pull off Aurelion Sol, you have to feel like good with that champion to make it actually effective, and I'm hoping that's the case with OTN.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, he has to face a Cassiopeia, and in that lane, I feel he can probably just push her in early and be alright. But then, you know, once she starts getting her Seraphs, once she starts getting, if she goes into Rylai's, if she wants to go into that, or Leandre's Torment, she's going to beat down this Aurelion Sol. And, you know, he can't E with the Miasma. It's just going to be a bad matchup, so he has to build a lead early, in my opinion.
I don't think it'll be too bad for him because Aurelion Sol does have a lot of zoning potential by keeping those stars out. So he can keep Cassiopeia off. It's just he's got to watch out for every little poison that happens to come his way. Because if he gets hit by one, that's how Cassiopeia sticks on you. As long as he's able to dodge those, he's actually pretty all right in lane.
Yeah. I do like the Jax pick, though. The Jax pick was a response to the Camille. And personally, I like that matchup. What do you think about top lane? We haven't touched it.
This is the thing about Jax, though. He has a hard time going against anyone who can actually duel him early. Camille is one of those champions that can duel early. It's a little bit about survivability. Ultimately, he will win out. It just depends on how aggressive Asterisk can be on this Camille in the early fights.
I really think it comes down to jungle. Because if I'm this Pantheon, I'm looking buff Scuttle into going top lane. Jax will be level 2 versus that Camille. Like, there's so much hard CC. I don't know. What do you think about the jungle? Because if I'm Pantheon, I'm looking at top lane, I'm like, gimme. That's Freelo.
Yeah, but Sejuani could also be looking at the top lane because one of the most scary things is a Jax that gets going. He becomes a split push monster, a dueling monster. Imagine if he had a real weapon. So the better ganker out of these consistently will be the Sejuani pick because Sejuani can gank without her ultimate and do really effective ganks having 2 forms of CC without the ultimate, 3 with the ultimate. So you can't undermine that.
So if you had to touch on OTN, what is their strategy to, you know, win this game? How are they, you know, gonna get out with the W?
It's the mid game. That's what it comes down to. The thing about Jhin, he spikes 3 times. I've said this on like multiple casts. Stormrazor gives him a spike because he gets the attack speed, which allows him to move faster upon crit, which the first auto will be a crit. Then he gets a Zeal item. That's a spike because it maxes out Storm Razor. Infinity Edge, a spike because it utilizes the Zeal item. It's a ridiculous amount of spiking that you actually get from Jhin, which gives him this mid-game power spike that's very, very hard to deal with, as well as the movement speed that comes with every crit. Pair that up with Morgana, he's going to be pretty safe. If they catch someone out with Morgana, that's almost a guaranteed kill. There's so much that works with this composition as well. Camille is nothing to scoff at. Sejuani nothing to scoff at. Aurelion Sol is going to look to enable either top or bot lane. I like the way OTN has gone with their draft, and I think they have some pretty good mid-game win conditions.
Now the pings are coming. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just looking at this. Are they going to invade each other's... Oh, God. And it begins. The mind games begin of League of Legends. Both teams are looking to invade. Oh, God. Who do you think has the better level 1? I got to give it to Beemo.
I got to give it to OTN.
Really?
Dark Binding. When you get locked up by a Dark Binding...
Yeah, but if Pantheon
Pantheon
decides to start W and just locks him down with Counter-Strike?
He screws his own jungle. Like, that's no
Oh,
doubt.
God,
We're going to have a fight breaking out. They're bumping into each other, and down he's going to go. As I predicted it, by the way. That's first blood going over to Lord Clue, but the fight is still going to continue. Shmurby Derb is in there all by his lonesome. His teammates are trying to help out. Bing Bong gets a lot of damage in, but it's not going to be enough to stop this advancement. Has to use the flash. Flashing forward is Lord Clue. But there goes the kill over to the real Gabe, who flashes over the wall. Now Pug Life wants to even it out. There goes the shot coming out from Xstar. Gets 1 kill. Does he see 2? Yes, he does. 3 for 1 exchange in favor of OTN. But we have finally come to a close of a massive level 1 team fight.
Holy crap. So many things went right and so many things went wrong there. You know, Morgana hits the Dark Binding, gets the first blood almost instantaneously onto the Pantheon. But then the Counter-Strike comes out, stuns everyone. He hits a 3-man stun with the Counter-Strike. But it just didn't matter. They got out-damaged. The Jhin came out with 137 damage auto, and that was just the end of the fight. If only the Dancing Grenade ended up bouncing the right way, they would have ended up with an ace.
Oh, what can you expect from a Beemo's game? This is the type of stuff you actually watch a Beemo's game for. Just straight up ridiculous League of Legends action.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good idea for the invade, thinking that they would get level 1, but it just ended up being that, you know, OTN saw them first and hit the Dark Binding, and that was the end of the fight. Ah, geez, that's just unfortunate. So, geez, Jhin ends up with a kill, Morg ends up with a kill, and Aurelion Sol ends up with a kill. Oof,
and
this is going to be a tough bot lane.
Even if you bring CC, if you don't bring the damage with that CC, it doesn't really help your case. Dark Binding, as well as Sejuani being able to slow at that level. Not the wisest choice to go for invade. Instead, you just go for the 5-point spread to spot it out, but we got that Fiesta instead.
Oh, jeez. It's just a yikes. Like, playing bot lane, like, Lucian Braum is supposed to be this dominant bot lane that's supposed to win out, but now, oh god, I don't know how they're going to win this.
They have some things they can come back from when you're on the side of Beemos, though. One thing to notice is Lord Clue has both his summoners down, so if introducing can see the opportunity, if Lord Clue pushes up far enough, it's pretty easy to gank Aurelion Sol as long as he can get past the stun.
Yeah, especially as a Pantheon. Pantheon does have flash. So, you know, a Miasma or a flash W into Miasma does help. So, you know, that's basically their way into the game, I feel like.
And there's also top lane as well. There's no flash on the Callista, and Jax does bring his own form of CC in the Counter-Strike, and that looks like where introducing is going. The only problem is ward right there.
Yeah, no. The Camille, she does have hook shot to get away, but, you know, if they do time it correctly, they'll be in really good shape. But the Pantheon is getting swatted on a ward back. So we're going to have to see how Pug Life reacts to that and where he wants to go. Oh my god, he did back on a pink ward. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Beemos! What are you doing?
Please! If you don't look at that in VOD, oh, sweet Jesus. That's just... Oh,
Oh well.
yeah.
Oh well. Nothing much you can say off that one.
That's just a yikes. Dark Binding does
Here we
this
go.
now.
The exchange again. You gotta watch that though, because Bing Bong is going in while X-Star has fourth shot. That's almost guaranteed you're not gonna win the trade.
Yeah. The issue with Jin, you want to go in with, 3 bullets or even 2 bullets. You'll still win an advantageous trade with 2 bullets. If you go in with 1, you're not really going to get much of anything. So, good binding, I guess. Good poke damage. No, not much of anything.
And really, when it comes down to the spot lane, even though Lucian Braum is a very desired lane, it's the drawback is the fact that Braum is a ranged champion. And he can't really do much early against Morgana, especially against Morgana. Really, this lane has been hella counterpicked. You don't have much you can do. Concussive blows can't go through a black shield. It's going to be a rough time for them.
Yeah, no, their only chance really is to get, a Pantheon gank. And Pantheon has yet to gank anyone. I'm not saying that Pantheon is, the most worthless champion late game.
Ooh, this is a level 6.
That's a cleanse.
And here we go. Ignite's gonna come out, and that last tick is gonna do it. Lord Clue finds the 1v1.
Jeez. What? How did that happen?
Level advantage. Level 5 Handsome Jack versus level 6 Lord Clue. Ultimate versus no ulti.
My thing is, why was that cleanse used there? There was no CC, no slow, no nothing.
I believe that's just straight up panic.
Maybe he thought he had another summoner spell? Because he missed the Aurelion Soul missed the Q, which was the only thing you can really cleanse. Or I guess you can cleanse the slow off the ultimate afterwards. But just cleansed nothing, and that just led to his death. Missed the miasma as well.
Technically, you could cleanse the knockback just to enable a flash. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was outright panic coming from Handsome Jack.
Yeah, just a complete misplay in my opinion. But geez, right now we just need to bank on the Pantheon just ganking somewhere, because right now he still has 0 jungle pressure. The Jax is still winning trades top as Camille goes in. What?
Equalizes it right there.
Yeah, and then Jax uses Grandmaster's might. Ooh.
He's afraid of the all-in. The ultimatum is a pretty terrifying ultimate to have to deal with.
But right now, he's putting himself in a terrible position. I hope to God he backs. Yeah, there it is. No, he's just getting forced out of lane. The Camille W just heals a lot and does a lot of damage. If you hit, the back part of it, there's not much that Jax can do.
Yeah, but it really is only a matter of time before Jax gets that critical point where he can pretty much just wait. There is a gank coming out towards the bot lane. Here comes Lord Clue. The focus is Shmurby Durbin. Bing Bong. Lots of damage onto both of them. None gonna fall yet, but the curtain call is looking to make that a reality. Second shot misses. Third shot lands, and that's curtains for Bing Bong.
Oh, jeez. That was so unfortunate. Unbreakable Will did not block the Q for Aurelion Soul, so Lucian did get stunned. Camille going in, though. Oh, jeez.
Absolutely brutal. Just too much pressure when your flash is down.
Oh, jeez. Just so many things going wrong for the side of Beemos. It's just you're trying to survive and, hope to God you can make it to mid-game, I guess. But OTN is just not allowing it. First tower going down bot lane, and mid tower going to follow as well.
Yeah, overall, OTN are definitely putting on a pretty good display for their first match in Overdrive League.
Hook shot.
Gank onto the real Gabe, able to get the double counter strike, but out goes the Glacial Prison, and that's going to be the end for the Gabe. Lord Clue there just to ensure his demise, and there's no other way about that one.
That's where you ping your jungler in solo queue. It's like, help me! This is complete domination on the side of OTN. Their only death is from that, cheese invade that still went their way. Everything else has been played immaculately by the side of OTN. You know, the man drop coming out onto the Drake. But, you know, is this who he? Question mark? That, you know, he has 6 out of the 7 kill participation, and he's just making his presence known all over the map.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He knows how to play the champion. He's taking advantage of everything this champion brings. The Comet of Legend constantly roaming from lane to lane. He's been bot lane, he's been top lane, and taken out his own lane. This dude looks spectacular thus far.
Yeah, no. And this is their first game. I hope they have another game during the cast today, because I want to see how they play. You know, we did talk that Beemo's is, you know, 1-8, I think it was. Yeah. But I want to see how they play versus Illumination, versus BDSM. You know, I want to see how they play versus those top tier teams.
Yeah, especially considering how chaotic it's been in those top 2 positions between Brainstorm and Illumination. They've been trading blows back and forth with each other. It's going to see how OTN does when they're in the mix.
Oh, jeez. I'm just... If you're Beemos, how do you get back into this game? Now, right now, you're sitting 4.5K down at 11 minutes. You got an Infernal Drake, but how do you come back into this game?
You lose and go on to your next game.
Jeez.
This is a very hard one to come back from, because you have champions that they want to spike at the mid game as well. The only one that hyperscales is Cassiopeia. Everything else, oh, and Jax, of course, and everything else is just really gonna be useless at this point. Lucian's not gonna do well against the Jhin because he wasn't able to get that spike, but a fight breaking out. Ultimatum gonna be used, the real game, Glacial Prison, everything popping, as well as the bodies hitting the floor, and this is just domination from OTN.
Jeez. You know, Jax tries to flash away, but Camille says, no, you come back here, you are mine. I dominate this lane. 3 people again roaming up top, and that's just the end for top lane. This Jax, you know, he started 1-0. He was in the driver's seat, but just got completely demolished by the roams of Lord Clue.
Oh, it's very hard to come back from a gold lead this big, and it's only getting exponential as more towers are going down. All outer towers down, and there hasn't been a response since the kill that happened in the jungle during the invade from Beemos.
Yeah, no. This, if it wasn't for that invade, this would become the definition of a perfect...
And superior laning coming out from both Asterisk and Xstar.
Yeah, no, it's just they're playing just so well. I don't know how Beemo... Oh my goodness, and they steal the blue. Oh god, that's just rubbing salt in the wounds. Why you gotta do that to him?
Ooh, that feels bad, man. That feels very bad.
Oh god. That's like... Oh jeez.
Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
Oh well.
Asterisk,
That's like
yo-yo.
No, that's the point in my mind where I'm just like, oh god, please just get me out. Because like I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm Pantheon, I'm still kind of relevant, I can do something. I might be, you know, O2, I can still do it, right? Gets the blue, just sniped. Oh jeez. It's a yikes right now.
I believe at this point Asterisk is just trying to yo-yo his hookshot to see if it burns the flash of Handsome Jack just from sheer presence alone.
He probably could. Because, what is... The Camille's 205. She already has the Sheen. She's building, like, a bunch of different components. But, you know,
yeah.
Sheen Camille is still really strong.
Yeah, the whole point of that build is she wants to get the split pushing potential out of the Tiamat and then go for the power spike of the Trinity Force.
My question is, what is the cloak for? Cloak doesn't build into Trinity.
Oh, good question right there.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Here we go. The attack onto Gabe. Unfortunately, the stun not going to land, and with introducing, hiding in that bush, they don't want to take that risk.
I don't know if they saw the Pantheon or the Camille just missed her hook shot, but she's very lucky to have not gone in since the Pantheon was right there, and they might have been able to take that fight.
Here we go again. The attack onto Handsome Jack, unable to land that poisonous
Oh,
shot.
good.
It's not going to work
Goodbye.
out for him, but out goes the man drop. Asterisk gets hit, and there comes the combo out of nowhere. We see the real Gabe pop up, and they finally, after so many unanswered kills, managed to pick up one.
I feel like that should have been their game plan from the start, is just man drop in on the Camille, get her stun, and then have the Jax Counter-Strike leap in. You know, you chain CC and that's the end of the fight. You can't do anything as the Camille. So, you know, great that they're finally starting to do it, but, you know, I think it might be too little too late. Down, what, 6.5k gold?
Yeah.
It's hard. You know,
not a lead you really come back from.
In the words of TF Blade, just wait for them to tilt and mess up. That's all you got to do. Just wait for them to tilt and mess up, and then you win. So I guess that's the hope and the prayer of Beemo here, is just wait. That you just got to wait and hope to God they mess up. You know, a few more throws like that, and they're right back in the game.
And the pressure that's been applied by OTN has made it so hard, especially in the bot lane. If you look, Xstar and Sweet Like Cyanide, constantly in that lane, constantly pushing forward. What that does is it stops Schmerbeater from ever walking out and around and looking to actually get vision control. He can't get that. His vision score at the moment is 10. It's the same as Jax. You got 15 coming out from Sweet Like Cyanide, who, as you see from that blue side jungle of Beemo's, is lit up like Christmas.
I think the biggest differential is in the jungle. Look at that Sejuani's vision score, 22 to 13 to 3. I was about to say 13. You don't get that much credit.
Here we go, a double stun onto Asterisk, forces the flash out. Out goes the Glacial Prison, introducing flashes towards enemy lines. Real Gabe has nowhere else to go. Gets hit by the ultimate, introducing. Why flash at this point? You're only dead meat at the very end, as that's 2 kills picked up by OTN.
Again, that just all comes down to vision manipulation. OTN knew where everyone was. Like, Beemos, you can't fight there. And, you know, now Rift Herald is called up. Shelly, we about to see you smash. Oh, jeez. It's going from bad to worse.
This will be the first assault onto an inner tower. Huge chunk of health. Unless he can get to the eye, it's very hard to stop the Rift. But they managed to clip it. They might be able to protect this tower, but not for long. Out goes the stun. It's going to be a double stun. And down goes Bing Bong. But from the backside, Gabe is here. Doesn't get the Counter-Strike stun. And that is that zoning that Aurelion Soul brings from a long distance. Gets the double kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sweet Like Cyanide able to get the Soul Shackle stop introducing. But here comes Xstar. Xstar wants to take down the jungler. The stun once again landing on the Asterisk. Unable to get the scissor kick onto introducing. Down he goes regardless, because Xstar, with that beautiful deadly flourish, picks him off.
Yeah, no, so many things just going wrong for Beemos. You know, the stopwatch comes out for the Morgana, then she flashes out. Then, you know, real Gabe goes on to the Jhin, but, you know, he autos with fleet footwork and just pieces out of there, flashes out. Just everything going from bad to worse. The Brahms Unbreakable misses top lane. He points it up towards the heavens and doesn't help the Lucian. The Lucian gets stunned, and that's the end of that. Oh, jeez.
That was the thing. They tried to defend a tower that was destined for death, and that's what happens. Straightforward. You haven't gotten any bit of a lead. That's a 0-2-1 Lucian. All he has is Blade of the Rune King. And while that's a great item, while it's a cost-efficient item, it's still a cheap item. It doesn't bring you that much power unless you've got it in a laning phase.
In those situations, you gotta know just to back off that tower. Just give the tower, you know, Shelly is going to smash into it, and right before she goes into the inhibitor tower, you hit the eye and hope to God that, you know, it doesn't do that much damage to the inhib tower. But you just gave 2 free kills, 3 free kills with Pantheon as well. And they're just making their case worse and worse. Now down almost 11k gold.
Yeah, this is not a fun matchup for them whatsoever.
I know. And that's kind of the issue with picking, you know, early to mid game champions. If you get behind, you're kind of just shooting yourself in the foot. It's just like you either keep going and hope to God, you know, your plays work now if you're Beemos, or you just sit there and slowly bleed out. Like that's where they're at right now.
But that's the thing. The game is so heavily focused around the mid game as it is at the moment. You're seeing much shorter games happen, and because of this, you have to have a lot of attention around there. But it becomes so heavily rotational focused that any slip up can cost you big, and it's very hard to come back from that.
Nah,
Just
he's
like
gone.
that slip up right there,
Gone.
introducing, picked off without really respecting any vision control.
Why are you in the topside jungle? You have one ward that's getting cleared out by the Morgana now. Why are you even up there? Like, you're going to give up Baron now. Pantheon's dead. There's no way that Beemo steals it. And if they do, oh god,
It'd be the hero play.
He would be the hero play.
Right there.
I'll actually
He's
gift
Schmerby
whoever does it.
Schmerby Derp, get over there! Nope. Nope. Going
I
over.
would have genuinely gifted Schmerby if he stole that. Oh my goodness, that would have been hilarious. Oh jeez, it's just, gosh, this is not a good game.
About 12k separating these teams, and it's only been 21 minutes. We're just waiting for the last big push. The only thing that's stopping this from ending is death timers.
Yeah, at this point, you just, you know, you can 1-3-1 it if you wanted to. You could 4-1 and just push down a lane. They can't really hold you. You know, the Miasma, it slows them down. The Lucian culling, I guess, could clear a wave, but then what do you do with the next wave, right? So I don't know how Beemo holds. I really don't. Pantheon?
There we go. Finding a catch onto X-Star, but there's that Black Shield. There's the Deadly Flourish. There's the damage that follows up, but Gabe is here. He's looking to find a pick. Unfortunately for him, Zonia's Hourglass is an item. Gabe jumping on to X-Star, finds one kill. Beemos are on the better end of this so far. Double kill picked up by Gabe. He eventually drops the Lord Clue, but the chase is on. Tactical sweep, ultimatum. Schmerby Derb is caught out and will be killed. Eventually, they don't even have their focus onto him. He's an afterthought. They want everyone else down first. But still, Schmerby Derb did some work before going down. Manthrop is coming out, introducing, manages to pick up Asterisk, but it is gonna find his demise soon after. That was a 3-for-3 exchange, surprisingly. But now OTN set their sights on this inhibitor tower with Baron buff.
Yeah, no. It was such a good pick. The Morgana binding onto the Pantheon right out of Zhonya's saved that fight. The Pantheon was about to just go in and demolish everyone with the Jax, but that Morgana just made the hero play. Oh, jeez.
Even though Gabe has died 5 times, he's gotten 4 kills for that. When you're behind, 1-for-1s are actually decent trades. You're all right taking a 1v1 as long as you don't really lose objectives for it. So his KDA is not as bad as it may seem because he's still getting gold in some way, shape, or form. And the big part is he's out CSing the living heck out of Asterisk.
Mind you, he still has 80% of the team's kills. He is playing this game to the best of his ability, given the fact that, you know, his mid laner's 0-4 and his bot lane's 0-5. You know, it's one of those scenarios where it's just like, what can I do, you know? I'm trying to be a Jax. I'm trying to split push. I'm trying to play to my advantage. But at this point, he really can't.
He can't get the split push, but he can bring the fight, and that's what he's been doing in those fights. The last one just got a double kill for his troubles. And he's at a very critical point as well. He's got Trinity Force as well as the Titanic Hydra. It's looking pretty good for him.
I'm questioning him finishing Titanic. I feel if he would have went Gage, and, you know, especially since he's jumping into 4 people, he would have been in a much better scenario, or a situation better said, if he had Sterix Gage instead of, you know, Titanic Hydra. But, you know, he's the player.
I'm actually more for the Titanic Hydra because in this case, they're constantly being pushed in. It'll give some wave clear, it gives them damage, and gives them survivability. The Sterex is nice and all, but he's not looking to team fight all the time. He's mostly looking to split push and do what he can to keep his team in this. But a fight's going to break out. Glacial Prison going to land on the handsome Jack. Smurby Derp in the middle of this. Throws the Glacial Fisher. He is going to fall, though. And so X-Star is being chased. Gabe is unable to get there in time, so he goes down. That's a double kill picked up by X-Star. Now Handsome Jack, triple petrified gaze, gets stunned up immediately. Down goes Handsome Jack. Bing Bong running for his life, but the Stars don't see it his way. Double kill picked up by the top laner. Introducing is very, very close to Lord Clue. Flashes away and disrespects him with a slap from the Stars, but with no members left from Beemos, that's going to be the game going firmly in hands of OTN.
That's disrespectful right there. Flashes away just to hit him in the face with the star. And you're right, that's just going to be the game. Almost 20k gold ahead. Oh, jeez. That was just complete domination by OTN. If you're Beemos, I don't know what you take out of this game, to be honest. You guys just got outclassed.
If you're Beemos, step one is to just be like, well, maybe we shouldn't invade with a team that's not that good at invading, first of all.
That is true.
Yeah, because that all started with a 3-1 that was in favor of OTN on an invade that they had no place going for.
Yeah, no. Oh, geez. I don't know. They picked a composition to spike in the mid game and got completely ran over in the early mid game. So I think they got to go back and think, okay, maybe if we draft for late game, we might be better. Or do we try early game again? Like, I really think they got to go back and see what they're going to do.
For late game, Beemos can't go for a late game comp. They don't have the macro skill to really work out a game like that, to go to a late game and actually stall it out like that. What they need to do is do heavily more focus towards the mid game. They had two scalers. It took a while for Gabe to turn on, but once he turned on, you saw there was potential there. They got to just rethink their draft and start understanding their teams. Like we already know, Aurelion Sol, Lord Clue's never getting that again. I'm sure people are watching this and they're just like, nah, fam, we don't want to go against that.
Yeah, that Aurelion Sol, we talked about it earlier. That's going to be the deciding factor. That, again, what I said, he pushed out the wave mid, roam top. Pushed out the wave mid, roam top again with the jungler. And it was just kill after kill after kill after kill.
Yeah.
And there was just nothing that could be done. Oh, jeez.
But
I don't know.
Unfortunately for Beemos, just another day at the office. OTN successful in their debut thus far. And we are going to look to take a short break. But when we return, we still got more League of Legends action in the Plat Division League for Overdrive. So stay tuned and we'll see you soon. Picking out, they're bumping into each other, and down he's gonna go, as I predicted it, by the way. That's first blood going over to Lord Clue, but the fight is still gonna continue. Smurby Derb is in there all by his lonesome. His teammates are trying to help out. Bing Bong gets a lot of damage in, but it's not gonna be enough to stop this advancement. Has to use the flash. Flashing forward is Lord Clue, but there goes the kill over to the real Gabe. Flash of Beemos is lit up like Christmas.
I think the biggest differential is in the jungle. Look at that Sejuani's vision score, 22 to 3. I was about to say 13. You don't get that much credit.
Here we go, a double stun onto Asterisk, forces the flash out. Out goes the Glacial Prison, introducing flashes towards enemy lines. Real Gabe has nowhere else to go. Gets hit by the ultimate, introducing. Why flash at this point? You're only dead unless you can get to the eye. It's very hard to stop the rift, but they managed to clip it. They might be able to protect this tower, but not for long. Out goes the stun. It's going to be a double stun. And down goes Bing Bong. But from the backside, Gabe is here. Doesn't get the Counter-Strike stun. And that is that zoning that Aurelion Sol brings from a... And so X-Star is being chased. Gabe is unable to get there in time, so he goes down. That's a double kill picked up by X-Star. Now Handsome Jack, triple petrified gaze, gets stunned up immediately. Down goes Handsome Jack. Bing Bong running for his life, but the Stars don't see it his way. Double kill picked up by the top laner. Introducing is very, very close to Lord Clue. Flashes away and disrespects him with a slap from the Star.